Hey everyone, welcome to the Everyday Human podcast. My name is Easton Taverna. Each day I'll share a reflection written by me and inspired by literature, poetry, music, movies, video games, and more. And after that, I'll share a prompt for you to write your own reflection. Together, we'll explore what it means to be human. Every month, we'll walk a new path, taking a look at life, death, the universe, and everything in between. Thanks for coming along. I'm glad you're here. For more, visit eastontaverna.com or join me on Instagram at _everydayhuman. Hey everyone, it is August 1st, the start of a new month. And that means, obviously, the month of July, the month of On Family, for the everyday human, is over. And family, what a beautiful and complicated thing it can be. I hope you've reflected a bit on it, on your own family, found or biological, whatever it might be, and I hope you got something out of it. So, moving on to August. This month is a great month. It is the month of my wife's birthday and mine, and I have a lot of friends with birthdays in August, coincidentally. Or maybe Leos stick together, I don't know. But it's not just exciting because it's a good birthday month. It is also a great month for the everyday human. One of my favorite topics we'll be looking at, which is on wonder and awe. And I think that is a key component of what makes being human worthwhile, interesting, and it sets us apart from so many other creatures. So this month we'll have reflections on wonder, awe, pleasure, laughter, and everything that makes life delightful and just a little bit mysterious. And we're not really looking at happiness here. That comes later in November. This is something different. We're going to be exploring imagination, finding inspiration in nature or the seasonal transitions, the strange sensation of being raised up by something awe-inspiring or an awe-inspiring event in your life in one moment, and then having it cut you down and humble you in the next. We'll look at the idea of a natural order of things versus chaos, or are they the same? I don't know. We're going to explore that, and so much more. Now, today's reflection is titled A Smile, a Tear, or Mountains and Oceans. And this month is kicked off by a quote from an everyday human favorite, someone who has inspired quite a few reflections previously, and that is Marcus Aurelius and the book Meditations, or his private journal that he never intended for anyone to read. And here we are 2,000 years later, reflecting on quotes from it. All right, and the quote that inspired today's goes like this. To watch the courses of the stars as if you revolved with them, to keep constantly in mind how the elements alter into one another. Thoughts like this wash off the mud of the life below. And here is my reflection. How simple it is to fall into a pit of tunnel vision-esque malaise, or worse, anxiety, because of the state of the country and the world. The endless bills piling up as prices steadily rise on everything, while wages do not. The worry over the future of the planet and our children. Those who will inherit poison-choked clouds, chemical oceans, and factory-farmed foods. And while it is so very simple to fall into this pit of endless worry, there is an elixir, one that can alleviate the symptoms or, perhaps, even cure it. Awe. I'm speaking of that feeling of wonder, reverential respect, and fear that washes over you when you stand on the shore, looking out over the vastness of an ocean. When you step outside at night, in a place unafflicted by light pollution, and look up at the stars, shimmering near immeasurable distances away, as if they are twinkling only for you. When you look up at the clouds and watch them move along a path from some unknown origin to who knows where, pondering all the countless souls they've passed over already and offered their shade to, the feeling you get when you watch a soul enter this world in the form of a newborn, and on the other side of that coin, the feeling you get when you watch a soul leave this world, escaping from the lips of an elderly person in the form of their last breath. Moments of awe do not require planning or some grand, elaborate ceremony. It's usually quite the opposite. You can find them every day in your partner or child's smile, in a quiet moment when all is still and you can hear your own breath and heartbeat, in the rising and setting sun, in the wind moving through the leaves of the trees, or the mountains cutting across the sky in the distance. The eternal blue sky above your head. The moments are everywhere, happening all around you, probably even right now. But the thing is, you need to be aware of them. You need to recognize them. Once you do, stop and be with them for a moment, a minute, as long as you can. There is a perspective shift that comes with awe. It is a way to open your vision to see the bigger picture and to see the world beyond your immediate problems. It is a rope to pull you from your pit and a bowl of clean water to wash off the mud of the life below. And there ends today's reflection. So we've had a lot of rain lately, which I'm very grateful for, because it was very much needed, and the heat was so intense here, everything was drying out. And if you've been listening, you know that I like to take my coffee out first thing in the morning before the sun is up and look up at the stars while it's still dark. The last couple of days, week or so, it's been cloudy, and the stars have not been there, which is okay. But, you kind of get used to it. So I would go out and rather than look up, I would look around the yard for any deer or raccoons or whatever wandering through the yard in the early light of morning. But then this morning I went out and looked up, and it was a clear sky, and the stars were shining so bright and twinkling and shimmering. And I caught myself holding my breath and letting it out and saying, wow. Would you look at that? And that was a moment of awe. And it took all of the worry and stress and anxiety of life, and there's been a fair amount of that lately. It took it away for a moment or two. And you remember that there is so much more out there, that the world and the universe is bigger than you. And it humbles you, and it makes you grateful to be there to witness it. So keep an eye out wherever you are, and try to be aware of it, and notice it, and live in the moment when you have it. And now it's time for your reflection question. When did I last experience awe? How can I implement at least one moment of awe into my days moving forward? All right, so get your thoughts down in your journal, your napkin pile, while you're looking up at the trees blowing in the wind. Think about that, or while you're taking a walk. All right, that's it for today, August 1st, my wife's birthday, and the first day of On Wonder and Awe for the Everyday Human. I'll be back tomorrow, August 2nd, with another reflection. Have a good one, and take care.